Good evening, buenas noches, and thank you for tuning in. On behalf of all of us at the locally based, independently owned bookstore Books and Books in Miami, Florida, and in partnership with Miami Book Fair, it's my pleasure to welcome you to a virtual evening with Ziggy Marley to discuss My Dog Romeo, published by our friends at Akashic Books. Ziggy Marley is an 8-time Grammy Award winner, Emmy Award winner, author, philanthropist, and music icon. He's released 13 albums and is the author of the children's books I Love You Too, My Dog Romeo, Music is in Everything, and Little John Crow with his wife, Orly Marley, as well as the Ziggy Marley and Family Cookbook. His early immersion in music came at age 10 when he sat in on recording sessions with his father, Bob Marley. To moderate tonight's conversation, we're joined by Steve Breen. Steve was born in Los Angeles in 1970 and graduated from the University of California at Riverside with a degree in political science. He got his start in newspapers at the Asbury Park Press in 1994 and has been with the San Diego Union Tribune since 2001. Steve is a 2-time winner of the Pulitzer Prize for editorial cartooning. Throughout this evening's broadcast, you're invited to post questions for Ziggy and Steve by using the Ask a Question feature at the bottom of the screen, and you can order your copy of My Dog Romeo or any other book from Books and Books below by pressing the green button. We appreciate each and every order and the generous donations from viewers everywhere. And now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guests to the virtual stage. Welcome. Hello.
Hi.
Hey there, Ziggy.
What's up, Steve? What's
How you
happening?
doing? So you are in LA. No.
Yeah.
Yes, you're in LA right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just down the road in San Diego.
Yeah. Okay.
So good seeing you again.
Yeah.
And we were hoping that the last time we talked that COVID was almost gone, but now it's flaring back up again.
Yeah.
And it's kind of depressing. There was like a better mood in the country back when we talked 2 months ago. But anyway, let's talk about something happy.
Yeah.
Kids books.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why we're talking today. Your latest children's book, My Dog Romeo.
Yeah.
So this is based on a song,
Right.
from your latest album or your latest family album.
Yes, sir. More
Kids
family
album.
time.
So tell us kind of the origin.
Well, so the origin behind the song My Dog Romeo, which is now this book, comes from the experience we had last year, right before the pandemic. We got a puppy. And it was, it was an unexpected thing that we would be spending the whole year as a family together, not going anywhere with the dog.
Right.
But it was a very good experience, and we come to love the dog, and he inspired me to write songs, as animals usually do inspire me to write songs. Dragonflies, even trees inspire me. So I wrote a song about my dog Romeo and my experience with him, and that's what we turned into this beautiful book with a beautiful artwork. It's a very simple thing, but I think kids can relate to it.
And now, who named him? Was it the kids or you guys?
Yeah. No, my kids. Judah, my daughter Judah named him Romeo.
How old's Judah?
Judah was, well, she was 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the dog right before the pandemic. You got the dog in 19, or did you get it in 2020 during the
2020? Right before. Right before.
So that was perfect timing, because the cost of getting dogs just skyrocketed during the pandemic. So I think you probably saved some money with that. But okay, so this, can you tell this dog, when you got this dog Romeo, that there was something special about him from the beginning?
Well, and everybody said that about them dog, right? Yeah, there's something special. And our kids, we said that about our kids too, right? Everybody have something, the kids them. But Romeo, I mean, I think he's the right fit for my family because he wasn't like uber aggressive or like he wasn't like the what you call the alpha dog where because
Yeah.
my 4-year-old who's now 5, he plays rough with the dog. He runs into the dog, and Romeo's like, all right, whatever. I'm not even gonna say that, just whatever, bro. Do whatever you want to me. I'll be fine. And so everything just worked out properly. And then he has a personality. If you really look on animals and you have time to spend with an animal, you find that you can see something within that animal that relates to humanity, that relates to another being.
Yes.
That just goes beyond, oh, it's just a dog, or it's just a cat, or it's just a bird, or it's just a whatever, a lizard, or whatever. If you can connect with the animal, you can really find that 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 thing that ties all creation together. And
Yes.
we are a part of that, and so is my dog Romeo.
That's neat. Yeah, yeah. And so then that kind of inspired the song. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm very inspirable. Like that's how a lot of songs, right? Like just like a spur moment. Somebody said something, and like there's one song I have nothing to do with this, but I called my brother one day, and there was a storm coming to Miami. Books and Books is in Miami, is in Florida. So there was a storm coming. I called him and said, "Yo, what's up? How's it looking down there?" And I wrote a song based on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very inspirable that way.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I as a cartoonist, I get inspiration from the strangest places, and sometimes from the most mundane places that seem boring to someone else. If I explained it to you, it doesn't have to be something super exciting or mind blowing to inspire an artist.
True.
But so I should tell the people watching that Ziggy and I are both fathers, and we both have 7 kids. So between the two of us, we are responsible for a big chunk of the population of Southern California. Yeah, but so I have kids too. So and I've done children's books too.
Yeah.
So did the kids prompt the children's books, or did they say, "Hey, Dad, that song is cool. It's catchy. We love our dog. Let's."
No. My dog Romeo was just me. I was just inspired by my dog. It wasn't. They had nothing to do with it. They had something to do with me writing the album and other stuff. But my dog Romeo, it's just I find it very fun to like write stuff like that. I mean, it's not serious. It's just like fun. Yeah, I love doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and I wondered, do you think you would do it if you didn't have kids? That type of work?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I feel like because I'm a kid myself, right? You have to, you do the cartoon stuff, or you do kids book too. So you have to draw for that what's inside of you, that child inside of you, obviously. So we all have that inside of us if we are willing to accept it and let it live when it needs to live, and let it breathe and not stifle it.
Yeah.
And so I have that thing inside of me,
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel the same way about me. I think I have this inner kid, and I would do the same work that I'm doing even if I didn't have kids, because I love it. So one of my favorite things about this book is the light-hearted, breezy nature of it, which is pulled from the song, but also the illustrations. So tell us about this this illustrator. Where did you find this person, and what attracted you to their work?
Well, Ag, she's in Europe, right? I think she's in the Netherlands or somewhere like that.
Okay.
And so when we were doing, we had a book from 6-7 years ago or whatever it was, called "I Love You Too," and we found her during the process of trying to find artists. I didn't meet you yet, Steve. So, so look out, we might have to do a collab or something.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I mean, we found her, and I mean, the thing with me is that it's not just about the art, right? It's about the person that I'm working with and the collaborative effort that we are both open to.
Yeah.
And so it was her personality and the fact that we can, go back and forth and figure stuff out was the main reason why we chose her. And then obviously the art is very bright and colorful, and she can put on paper, the images that relate to the words, with very good, She has a very
Yes.
good eye for that.
Yeah, so a lot of people watching might not really have an idea of how a book gets put together, but it can be done virtually like this, where you're in LA or somewhere in America,
Yeah.
right? And then she's in Europe.
Yeah.
Wait, Ag is a woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ag Jatkowska. So Ag is somewhere in Europe, and then the publisher is in where? Is in New York area?
I don't know, Mars. I don't know where they're.
But the point is you don't have to be sitting at a desk with her looking at sketches. She can draw stuff and send it to you, and you could check out an email and say that looks good.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess back in the day you couldn't do that, right? But nowadays, and technology is such a finicky thing. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And in certain circumstances, it's great, like in this, where, and even during the pandemic thing, it brings us closer together, where you have the ability to communicate with other people that you wouldn't have otherwise, right? And work with them otherwise. And so I'm really appreciative of the technology that we have now, where we can get work done in this way, and have stuff like this happening.
Yeah. And of course, there's a lot of work with the designer at the publisher, which works very closely, not so much with the author, but with the illustrator of a book, where there's a lot of back and forth between, how many pages an illustration should be spread over, the composition, color palette, all that stuff. Did you have any input on the color palette, or would she just send you art and you would say, yeah, that looks good to me?
Yeah, no, look, I mean, we had input on everything. That's how I work. We have input on everything. Everything we do is always collaborative. And so we should send something and say, yeah, that color, whatever, change that color, try this, try that. It's very collaborative, and especially with these works, that's so close to my heart. I really keep them close to me because they represent me, right? So I have to make sure they're represented in the right way.
Yeah. Now, do you know anything about how she works? Is this old-fashioned painting, or is she doing this digitally?
Well, that's a good question. I have no idea, but it looks good.
It looks fantastic. It's digital art, and the tools these days are so they're so advanced that it's hard to tell.
You can't tell
using an iPad or actual brush.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can't tell nowadays anymore.
But
I don't know. Boy, that's a good question. What about you? How do you work?
I work using the children's books I've done old-fashioned, old school.
Old school.
Yeah, old school. Pen, brush, and watercolor on paper. But more and more, I'm using my my iPad.
Yeah. With that thing, with the pencil thing and yeah.
Yeah, and my stylus. The stylus technology is so great now. You really just put a little pressure and you get a fine line. You press harder and you could get a nice thick line, or a brush or a pencil. It's fantastic. I love.
No, I'm interested in this. Which one do you prefer, though? Like in terms of what do you think?
I use an iPad Pro, and the best app I think. Can I give a plug? Is that okay? Is Procreate. Procreate is this fantastic app, and it allows you to create the most amazing stuff. Let me show you a little piece of something I'm working on here. So there's a girl, a dinosaur that I could create very quickly and easily, very simple cartoon style. And then what's great too is since it's digital, you can just zip it off to your designer or whoever you're working with, as long as you have Wi-Fi.
So you prefer that over the old school way, or?
I kind of do. I was adverse at first.
Yeah.
But when I see how efficient it is, and how easy it is, and you got to get used to drawing with the stylus on the glass, the glass surface instead of the paper. but I now am used to it, and I like it because it's so efficient, and I'm saving a ton of money at the art supply store. I don't have to buy paint or paper or pen.
We don't have to use so much paper, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. That stuff is expensive, but anyway, that's just me.
That's
so.
I think that's how I felt when. That's how I felt when. That's how I felt when we started doing music digitally, like through the computer instead of like on tapes. I was very reluctant at first, you know, and then I kind of got into it, you know.
And now, like when you create like a little demo and you want another musician to hear it, right? You could just email it to them.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I want to hear a little piece of whatever. But yeah. It's the future. Digital. Okay. So, My Dog Romeo. You guys finished this book in how long? Like because you've done other children's books. Did this take about as long as the other books? I Love You Too, and the other ones.
I feel like this book took a little longer. I mean, it was during the pandemic we were working on it, and I mean, we had a lot of other things going on at the time, and I think I wanted to change up a little bit of the characters and the different type of characters in the book, to make sure it represent what I wanted to represent. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, this took a little bit longer than I Love You Too. I think I learned from I Love You Too, and this is like my next step into that world. And I kind of took what I learned from I Love You Too and kind of put it into this a little bit. But it didn't take extra long or nothing.
Yeah. But it's just a great read, and again, it's got such a light, breezy quality. You can read it quickly before bedtime. Sometimes as a dad, your kid says, "Read me this before bed," and it's like just super thick or tons of words, and you're like, "Oh, I don't have the energy. I have 5 minutes. That's all the energy I have." This is the perfect book when you're tired.
Yeah, we can relate to that one.
Yeah. When you were raising your kids, so what you have kids who are older in their 20s.
Yeah, 30s, yeah.
What have been some books that you've loved to read to the kids?
Well, my younger ones are.
Yeah. I mean, you have all ages, so you've been reading children's books for a while. So what are some popular books in your household?
Oh, good question on the popular books thing, because I'm not very good at titles and all that type of stuff.
Skippy John, you mentioned one time.
Skippy John Jones, The Giving Tree. I love The Giving Tree. I love The Giving Tree.
I love it too.
There's some pirate ones with the kid going in the closet and a pirate ship thing and
Where the Wild Things? Is that Where the Wild Things?
Well, the Wild Things too. Yeah, the Wild Things.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at the names and the titles.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's a good segue into my next question, which is you've also done a book with your wife.
Yeah.
Right? That's more involved. It's for kind of maybe like a little bit older readers.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to talk about that?
Little John Crow. Yeah, Caesar. Let me show you, Caesar. This one, Little John Crow.
Yeah. Now this one is good. I want to say, just because a book is a little longer doesn't mean it's not good to read to kids.
No, this one, yeah,
takes so long.
Yeah, this one. This is. I grew up around turkey vultures in Jamaica. Like I used to live in a neighborhood called Bull Bay, and right across from where I live, there used to be a lot of turkey vultures, and so I'm inspired to write this book about turkey vultures, and we have some good art. The artwork is by Garden Row. Some good artwork in this too. I was inspired. Yeah, I was inspired to write this story based upon growing up around these vultures, and always thinking of them as like dirty and mean and like nasty and like get away, runner, not understanding the important role that they played. And so that is where the inspiration comes from. And for my wife, she was a school teacher years ago, and she's so good around children. I mean, any children, my children, her outside children. She's just a great. I don't know how she do that. She can like corral them and just make everybody do what they're supposed to do. It's a strange skill, you know. She has that thing with children.
Not everybody has that.
No, not everybody. I don't have it. I can't do that. She speaks their language, man, and they listen to her. So yeah, we kind of collaborated on this after we put the kids to bed, and you know, from my perspective of the story, about this vulture who has friends, other animals' friends, and you know, they have his animal friends are like pigeons and snakes and little birds and stuff. And he eventually finds out what his future is gonna be. And the stereotype of that vulture kind of turned him off from wanting to be a vulture. And so he doesn't want to be a vulture. He wants to be an eagle. He wants to be a peacock. He wants to be a parrot. He wants to be something else until he finds his self-worth and realize that he is also important as any other creature in this community. You know, so he goes through that journey of finding himself and finding worth in himself, you know?
Yeah. A universal message. And I think I told you last time that the art is so good, and this story with the animal characters, it reminds me of a Disney story. You know, I could see it as an animated movie.
Yeah.
Who was the artist again? Can we give him a shout out?
Yeah, Garden Row. He's in Canada. His mother actually grew up in Jamaica, so there's a little connection there.
Oh,
and
nice.
She grew up in the same neighborhood that my father grew up in. So there's and I didn't know it before, but we found out after.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So did the artist know about vultures? Did you know?
Yeah, he knew a little bit. He not as much as I did, but he knew a little bit.
Yeah. Because I gotta say, I've never had an appreciation for vultures much. You know.
Right. I mean,
or condors. We here in California, we have California condors.
Yeah, condors. No, but the joke. When I was doing this book, I thought about, you know, I watch a lot of kids stuff because we have kids and I watch stuff. So I was making a joke like, even Dracula, who this blood sucking, like became a kid's character.
Yeah, Hotel Transylvania, and
I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Yeah. So why not a vulture? Come on, you know what I'm saying? So it was just funny to me. Yeah,
I love it. No, I love taking something that is kind of counterintuitive. You wouldn't think of it being cute or kid friendly, and you know, and working it into the kid space. You know, like maybe Shrek. You know, it's about an ogre.
Ogre, right? Yeah.
Who would have thought that an ogre could be responsible for a multi-billion-dollar film franchise for kids?
Yeah.
But anyway, so Little John Crow. So that is out in bookstores now.
No, this is coming in November.
Okay, this fall. It comes out in November. So look for Little John Crow out this fall. So you mentioned your dad. Did your dad ever harbor any children's book you know, aspirations? Did he ever tell you that he wanted to do a children's book?
Nah. But my dad loved comic books. He loved reading comics.
Oh,
and
that's
so I think I didn't know that until one of his old friends mentioned it to me. Yeah, Bob we used to read comic all the time. He told me. So and I grew up loving comics too. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah, that's the beauty of comic books. They're so inexpensive to produce that they could be appreciated in any corner of the world. Right?
True. Yeah.
You know, anywhere from Beverly Hills to the hills of Jamaica.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. We used to have them.
Yeah. Are we any more children's books coming out from the Marley household or from you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be more. I mean, we have ideas always floating around, and Little John Crow took, a while to come out. It took years, really, to reach where it is. The stuff that comes from songs are much easier because, you know, write a song and then, this would make a cool kids book, and the music is there too. But yeah, I mean, creativity is always flowing, and I've many ideas that haven't flushed out yet. But I'm sure, and I say we have to do a collaboration, bro.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Well, you mentioned you have an interest in graphic novels too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which are
Graphic novels. Yeah,
certainly fun.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, the thing I find about ideas is when I'm working on one project,
Yeah.
I'm doing the work necessary for that one project, but I'm getting excited about another project. I can't wait to jump into my next project,
Yes.
which I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
happens.
Sorry, I popped in because there's so many people watching from like
Okay,
all over the place, all
nice.
over the world, actually, from Italy, sending regards, saying how much they love animals and they love the new book. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And we have some questions also. Why don't we start with one that's for both of you? Can you share with us a little bit about what your lives have been like during the pandemic, and has your philosophy of life changed? Do you still feel hope, or what's up?
Ziggy, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, me take it first. No, I mean during the pandemic, I think it brought we have kids. It brought my family closer together, and I reached out to so many other people during the pandemic time through technology that I've never done before. I did collaborations that I did so much collaborations that it's crazy. In last year alone, I did that kids album with Ben Harper, Sheryl Crow, Busta Rhymes. I did music with groups from Brazil, Colombia. I mean, I did so much collab. And so in a situation that we find ourselves, we always try to do the best we can and find something positive out of it. That's the only way we're going to survive, if we can always do the best in whatever situation we find ourselves in.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I think we had similar situations where we both had big families. So that was a big help during the pandemic, being there for each other, hanging out with each other, getting closer together. I know that certainly was the case with my family. I had my teenagers home. When do you have teenagers home wanting to hang out with you? They were forced to hang out with mom and dad.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting for independent bookstores too, because we had to switch to virtual. But it's exactly what you said, Ziggy. It's just like all the great people that we could bring together in this virtual space from all over the world. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Really, really special. So, how is writing a story different from writing songs, or is it similar?
No, for me it's different. It's different. Writing a song, it's different and similar. Writing a song, I think for me is a quicker turnover. Like the inspiration and the process is a little bit quicker for me. Writing a book like Little John Crow is a more thoughtful, not such spontaneity. Although there is, because when I'm writing the book, I'm writing everything in my head quickly. I'm not like overthinking it, but then I have to go back and like check and go back again and check and go back again and check it out. With a song, some songs just is one time, boom, it's done. And some songs I might go back, but it's never like writing a story like Little John Crow, where I really have to take some time and really know what I'm saying, the grammar, making sure people can understand, and all type of stuff. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piggybacking on that question, another one is, can you sing a few bars from Little John Crow? Oh, I'm sorry, from My Dog Romeo.
Oh yeah, man. My dog Romeo. That's my dog Romeo. Send a shout out and big up now to my dog Romeo.
Nice.
More. Encore.
So music. What do you have coming out that you're excited about? What's
Musically?
What's on the horizon?
The horizon right now, I mean, I'm supposed to go on tour, hopefully, soon if everything is okay and everybody good, and do it safely. So I'm looking forward to that. New music, not I have new music that is in the idea bag that I'm not ready to dive into it yet until after touring, because that's gonna take my full attention. And
Yeah.
so
The
I'm
new
gonna wait for that.
is the new music in line with the stuff that we've heard from Ziggy Marley, or is it something new and radical?
Well, I'm gonna try for something new and radical, but I don't know. I'm always trying for something new and radical. That's my, it's like creatively I want to try some stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm trying for it to be a little bit different than the stuff we've done before, but I don't know what it's gonna be. I have to wait and see.
Metal? Maybe some
It might have a little metal. Yeah, no, but you think that's funny, because the other day I was thinking if I had an alter ego, because I love rap music. I love all type of music.
Yeah.
But that rock music stuff and that metal stuff is so like, it's a liberation part of it that I like the freedom to just make noise.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, that's super cool. It really would be fun. You could do a whole session on how an album is created. I would love to sit in and listen to that. The process with the songwriting and such. I guess songs come to you the way book ideas and cartoon ideas come to other artists too. They could come from anywhere, right?
Yeah, no, them come from anywhere. And sometimes it's stuff. I mean, stuff that's happening in the community. Yeah. I mean, it's anywhere. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about animals and what they mean to you and why you feel connected to them?
Oh, well, yeah, I have an open mind. And so I see things the way I see things. Because I'm so open to not being taught or being told how to think about something. And so when I experience, I don't know if it's, maybe it's just my personality, but it might be other things too. But when I look upon a tree, and it happened to me years ago, and I look on a tree and I think about the tree and I say, this tree is not just, we take trees for granted. We don't give them the respect due in terms of they are a living being.
Yes.
It's the same way I look at my dog. When I look at my dog, I realize, but this dog have a personality just like I do. I appreciate that. It's like the cow or the cat, anything is like, I feel a relationship, a family relationship with creation, with nature. I'm connected to that relationship. I grew up in nature. I grew up around animals. I grew up on a farm. Basically, after my father passed away, my mother had a farm, and I grew up taking care of the animals, the goats, the sheep, the cows, the chickens. So I have a relationship with animals and that way. And I think anyone that grows up, around animals in that way kind of have a different appreciation than somebody who might just have a dog or might have a cat or, have a relationship once in a while with the animal. I grew up with animals. So I think there's a different connection there when you grew up surrounded by and taking care of animals.
Mm-hmm.
Ziggy, if you haven't seen a movie called, it's a new movie. It's produced by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Joaquin, yeah.
And it's called Gunda. And it's about the life of farm animals.
Yes, I saw the trailer, yeah.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Yes.
And the focus, Gunda is like a pig who has all her little baby piglets. Yeah. But it's really, oh my God, very powerful. I think you'll relate to it a lot.
Check it out. I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. So what do you want people to take away from this book?
No, really, I mean, it's just another way for families to get together and appreciate, animals and appreciate the moments of reading, and for me is also to introduce children to me, so that we can have a relationship of communicating certain positive ideas and certain the human connection. For me, is this is a way for me to get connected to children in a way, in that way where we can have a relationship, where we can communicate with each other, and in so trying to create a better world for tomorrow, with them having a wider palette of information, a wider palette of thought, a wider palette of imagination, and not being just stuck into, certain type of things, or certain type of books, or certain type of writers. Just expand your mind, and the more we expand our mind, I think it's a better world. And so for me, that's what I hope to achieve, is that we can help children to expand their mind and open their minds, not close it. We must not try to close the kids' mind. We must try to open their minds, and teach them that love, that open your mind is about loving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you care to read a passage from the book to us?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that easy. It's such a simple
Okay.
book.
Hang on. Okay.
Yeah,
Go for it.
go for it. All right, let me find the right page. All right. From My Dog Romeo. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. I have 2 legs. My friend, he has 4. He likes to stop, and I like to go. See? I like to smell the flowers. He likes to smell the floors. He's really fast for just 12 weeks old. And then there's one. Let's see. He wakes me in the morning, 6 o'clock sharp. I take him out to potty, and he rolls in the grass. Yeah? Romeo. He loves to meet people when they come to the door. He does. He's a very friendly dog. He loves people. And when I play my guitar, he chills on the floor. Yeah, he usually hangs out with me in the studio. He's like, when I'm doing music, he's right here chilling with me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It's great.
Thank you. That's beautiful. That is really beautiful. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for supporting independent bookstores, for supporting Miami Book Fair, for sharing yourself with us tonight.
Thank you. No, thank you.
And Steve, thank you for joining us, for being such a great moderator. And you obviously have a good synergy. So I feel like there's a project in the works here, like something that is going to happen in the future.
I've been seeing Steve too much recently. I don't know. We gotta.
I want to remind everyone watching that all you have to do is hit the green button at the bottom of the screen, and we will ship off a copy to you wherever you are. If you're in Miami and you want to come by one of our stores, we have the book there as well, and you can check it out. And I just want to thank you for your wonderful energy and for creating these beautiful books that I think are going to mean a lot to a lot of people and are fun. My dog is snoring right here next to me too. So anyway, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And I want to thank everyone who's watching. Any last words, Ziggy?
More family time, that's it. More family time.
That's a key for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everyone, then. Good night.